Alright, this Big Boss Foxhound Woods Ball coming to you from Fort Lauderdale, and this is going to be a video review of the Tacomo Mk7. This right here. Now, I've been talking about this thing for the past several months. It's been in my gear inventory for a while. I can probably say I recently got myself into mag-fed paintball, and now time to give a quick rundown on this thing and go from there. Now, I dropped all my stuff in for the Mk7 kit. This includes my Colt SCW extendable folding buttstock. I got this on eBay, and the end cap for it is a special one made by Gibbs Paintball. I'm not sure if you can see that good, but Gibbs Paintball. It's solid aluminum end cap that will fit any AR-15 buffer tube in stock on the market. So you can check them out at gibbspaintball.com. Description will be in the video. Aside from that, basic classic X7 trigger pack. I'm rocking a response trigger in this one. I've got about 9 total standard T68 magazines. My custom front shroud, Magpul flip sights, my basic tactical flashlight and green laser from Acid Tactical. You can check them out at acidtactical.com. Link will be in the description to this video. Now, when I got this, I thought this was a dream come true. However, I will admit there have been some difficulties in the assembling of this marker, particularly the front end and the magazine well, as well as the ball detent or a ball latch that holds the paint in place before you shoot it. I had to buy the silicone ones from RAP4. You'll have to replace the standard Tipman ball latch at times depending upon the condition of the kit you get, as well as the magazine well. Now, I've got the set nut in here. The set screw in here. I had to modify that by cutting it and shaving it down with a Dremel. I also had to Dremel the hole in the top and bottom here for the shroud. That was apparently some factory defects, but other than that, with those two problems taken care of, everything else fit on here perfectly. I will say that I did have to discard the set nut. Well, I still have the set screw in here with the magazine well. It's still holding solid and still strong. Another thing I could gripe about is the magazine well itself. It's a little too short, and if you're running a 203 grenade launcher, the trigger guard will not stay on the lip, so I could either remove it, or in this case I use duct tape to keep the grenade launcher's trigger guard in position, so that way it doesn't budge around on me or anything, as you can see with the magazine released. Now, aside from that, being a magazine fed platform, that means my options are open pretty well. Now, I could modify the bolt assembly on here a little bit to accept D-mags and first strike rounds. Plus, these things can also, without modification, accept the earlier mil-sig mags, which would be a little tighter and they're a little heavier. RAP4 mag, on the other hand, is a little lighter, plastic's thinner, and you can easily drop the mag without a problem. Very good when you're in a shootout. And moving on from there, something else about this thing, if you notice, there's a little door here that's used to cover up where your hopper would go normally if you're running a hopper fed, right here. Now, if you remove the mag well and this thing, you can have easy access to your power tube and bolt. You can shoot lube up in there if you need to. Other than that, the pin in here holds your tombstone in place as well. So with everything being said, this gun's good to go, 100%. Now, if you use a hopper adapter kit on here, you will have to remove the mag well, but you could still use your Cyclone, I believe. I haven't read the particulars yet on the hopper adapter kit. That's something I want to get later on down the road. Other than that, this gun is practically at the pinnacle of perfection as far as going from a hopper fed over to a magazine fed. And with that, I got a few things that I want to run through as far as like what's compatible with the magazines for all those getting into magazine fed paintball and whatnot. So I'm going to run through that and we'll be back after this. Alright, now I've got some gear rigs set up here, and the primary purpose of this is to demonstrate what type of pouches are best used for the standard T68 magazines that come with the Mk7 series, as well as all Tacomo Mk7 conversion kits. Now, it's not really the vest that's the primary thing. The real thing is the pouches. Now, first off is my primary rig, which is your LBV 88, the Molly variant of it, which is known as the Molly Medic Vest. Yeah, I've had this thing switched from a medic style vest to a rifleman setup. And with these pouches on here, these are your wide open ones. You can find these on eBay. You can find these on any place that sells airsoft or surplus equipment, made by Blackhawk, Eagle, and a few others. Now, what I like about these pouches is these are extremely versatile. You can carry 5.56, 3 mags of those. You can carry 2 AK mags, as well as a few others. Now, I've got, in this particular pouch, a 32 degree paintball pod, which is 100 round capacity. Can easily fit in here, get it in and out. It's got a little bit of play in here to accommodate it. But as a mag-fed player, this is where it gets pretty good. You've also got this pouch here, which is holding 2 T68 magazines. You can try and fit a third one in. I would not recommend it for anything. Now, because it's got 2 mags in here, it's still got a little bit of play in here, a little bit of wiggle room to allow you to get it in and out. There's no mag dividers in this particular one that I've got, so I would say these are probably your best bet for mag-fed pouches. If you're looking for a good mag pouch, these would be your best. You could use these for anything from paintball, airsoft, to your real steel firearms. And let's begin moving on. Okay, now, as we progress, I've got right here this Condor vest in the ACU camo pattern. Now, I've had this vest for a good while. I've used it in several games. This Condor vest is used mainly by airsoft players. Condor is known as mainly an airsoft brand, but over the years it's found its way into the hands of both military and law enforcement for its versatility and its low profile depending upon the mission setup you're running with. Now, the ACU pouches I have here, as far as I know, are GI issue. As you can see, I've set this thing up This thing is only capable of running a single T68 mag in here, so you can put 2 mags of 5.56 30 rounders in these with the with the flap for the magazine pouch tucked in. It allows you to have a fast reload, easy to get to. But if you look for a more secure one, these pouches I have on this vest are a little more adjustable. You could actually fit it to hold either a single or double AR mags or a single AK mag. As you can see, I've got it set up for a single T68 magazine with the flap option on here. This allows for a more secure fit. That way you don't worry about your magazines falling out when you're having to run or do anything like that. But other than that, this is good for a low profile if you're running like a sniper game, or if you're doing close quarters or anything requiring low profile. These mag pouches would be your best bet. You can find these in Woodlands, 3-color Desert, ACU. I believe these also come in multicam, but you'll have to check on eBay or your local airsoft shops and sites for pouches like these. And let's continue on. Be right back. Alright, now we're moving on. Right here's my USMG vest. I got this from Rap4 when I did my review on their equipment. Now, the pouches here are 140 round pod pouches in the Tiger Stripe camo format, but as you can see, this thing is also capable of holding a single T68 magazine with little to no trouble. The only problem is with this is that the pouches are so deep that you can't really just grab it enough to go without worrying about your hands slipping. Other than that, these pouches aren't bad, but these are better off for holding paintball pods rather than magazines. Now, flipping it over, you got the tank pouch, which is also a nice little utility pouch. This can hold your night vision goggles, your basic 1-quart GI canteen with cup, as well as a few other odds and ends. It's got utility pockets. It's got all the nice little accoutrements that you might need. Now, a little bit of fun history facts. During Vietnam, the Special Forces guys that are doing like long-range patrols, stuff like that, they would take their basic canteen pouch and they'd stuff it with the 20-round magazines for their M16s that they were using back in those days. But you can do the same thing with the 30-round ones with these particularly Molly canteen pouches because of their versatility. But for MagFed, you can actually stuff 4 T68 magazines in here without a problem. Let me loosen these up a little bit, and as you can see, if you just have this canteen pouch and you can't get the 3 T68 mag pouches for Rap4, this is actually a nice little substitute or alternative if you need to do anything in the field or replace equipment on the fly at a cheaper price than the pouches. But as you can see, these things hold very well. That's the beauty about these Molly canteen pouches, is that these are very, very versatile for whatever you need. They could serve as improvised mag pouches, improvised pod pouches. I could get 2 100-round pods in here. I could get 4 mags. So, just a little something as we move into the budget baller aspect of this, and let's continue on right after this. Alright, now we're getting into the budget baller concept. Now, for all of you guys that don't know, budget ballers are the guys that will improvise equipment. These are the guys that play on a small budget or a very tight budget for one reason or another. I happen to be one of them for every reason, ranging from family, bills, work, and there's not a lot of money floating around. So, I improvise where I can. In this case, the platform I'm using is a GI FLC, or Fighting Load Carrier Vest. This was originally used with the Land Warrior gear and slowly but surely phased out the older LC2 Alice gear as the equipment standard for the United States military. I believe this is also standard issue to a few other countries, but I digress. The meat of this particular portion are the Viewloader pod packs right here. Using a Alice Tamale adapter and 2 Alice clips, I changed this from a belt-only piece into a modular system. As you can see, this particular one is outfitted with 2 100-round ammo pods from 32 degrees. I believe these are the generic versions of them, but that I got from Army Navy. But other than that, they fit well in here and hold out pretty good for your guys who are looking for a little low profile, at the same time a little surprise. If you're playing MagFed, each one of these pockets can hold a 20-round T68 magazine. Now, this is pretty good because it allows you to have a secure option as well as a very low profile setup. Now, for all those snobs out there who see something like this, don't be thinking, well, this guy's a noob and he's playing MagFed, but you got this. They don't exactly know what hit them. I would seriously recommend, if you want to rig these pouches up into a chest rig, you can find some of my videos on that on my channel, and I would seriously recommend not having the flaps tucked in or anything like that. Just keep it as is, because as you can see, there's some play in here, and these things aren't in here snugly, so these things do allow for easy with pulling out to reload or get in if you're not running a dump bag, but I wouldn't really run around without the flaps down on this particular setup. That's just my opinion. And moving on from there. Now, this is something I got from my brother several years ago for either a birthday or Christmas. This is your basic Woods Baller pack. This is in Tiger Stripe camo. This is best suited for 100-round pod packs. As you can see right here, you got your basic 32 degree 100-round pod in here. But if you're using this a tight budget and just got MagFed, these things can each hold a single 20-round magazine without a problem. This would be something that's a cool little feature you can try out on the field, and probably think of a few other ways to employ it as such, but that'll be a different video entirely for the future. Other than that, this is all I came up with for adapting gear and what I found useful when running MagFed. And give me a minute, I'll give you my final thoughts on the Mk7 setup, and we'll be right back. Alright. Sniper rifle, grenade launcher, close quarters work, assault, light machine gun. There is nothing that the Mk7 can't do. And in my opinion, this is the final evolution on the Tippmann concept for tactical paintball markers. These things are fully just customizable, fully anything. You can employ this thing for any purpose you need. As I said, from sniper all the way to a light machine gun, carbine, close quarters PDWs. It doesn't matter. This thing can do it all. Now, I will also comment on this that there are modifications that can be done to the bolt to allow this thing to be first strike capable, or this thing can also be modified as far as the magazine well and the bolt to accept your Scarab mags, your Milsig mags. I'm not sure who's really doing that, but you can check around. I probably know a guy or two that could do that, but I'm not sure what they would charge or anything like that, so I won't name drop or anything on that. But as far as I'm concerned with my particular setup, I love it, and I won't change it for anything. Now, you can't find the full set to convert your classic X7 over into a MK7 anymore. You can probably find it at a few private sales here and there, but if you're looking for it on Rap4, you won't find a complete set. You'll find the parts for it, though, which is what I had to do. I had to buy these things in individual parts and go from there. Anyway, I'll put a link to Rap4 for everyone so you could do these kits yourself. It'll be in the description to this video, and you can also find a written version of this at outerheavenpaintball.blogspot.com. I will be posting the link to the blog in this video. Anyway, this is Big Boss, and I'm out of here.